Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on Arrow Season 6. So this is going to be my trailer breakdown for Episode 2 of Arrow Season 6, otherwise entitled Tribute. But before we get into anything else, let's actually watch the trailer.
You were on the news last night wearing the outfit of a known criminal.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I am not the Green Arrow.
My best friend is under a microscope by everyone in this city and the FBI.
I'm not the man you think I am.
I'll find out.
Arrow, all new this Thursday at 9/8 Central on the CW.
So Arrow kicked off its 6th season with a fairly decent premiere in my opinion. It did have some issues, mainly around them trying to stuff so much into one episode. Like, this episode was pretty clogged. But that was just them trying to wrap up all the loose ends from last season's finale, while also trying to get some stuff set up for this season. Sure, it could have been handled much better, but it's not the easiest of things to hit a home run on, so try not to give the writers too much of a bad time in regards to episode 1, because overall I still thought it was a pretty damn good episode. But anyway, episode 1 finished on quite the cliffhanger, a cliffhanger that felt like it would fit right in as like the last scene of a mid-season or even a season finale. I wasn't expecting that to drop at that moment, like I was very surprised. So in regards to that, they did a pretty damn good job. So it's going to be pretty damn interesting to see how Oliver does with that big issue in this upcoming episode. Now, as you would have heard if you've watched my other trailer breakdowns, be sure to leave any questions you have for my Arrowverse Q&A that comes out. I'll probably start doing them on the day of Supergirl, like just before Supergirl comes out. So it can be any question that you have from episode 1, or it could be a question that you have heading into episode 2. So anything you see from this trailer, or possibly the synopsis, which we'll go over in a second, if anything catches your interest there, leave a question in the comments section down below and it could appear in that video. But as I said, we do have a synopsis to go over, so it is synopsis or description time. But before we jump into this, if you do go on to enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Oliver tries to balance being the mayor, the Green Arrow, and a father to William. Anatoly returns to Star City with a deadly agenda. So as I was saying before, we had that big cliffhanger at the end of episode 1 of season 6, which was of course the news broadcast revealing Oliver Queen as the Green Arrow. And due to that, Oliver is going to be dealing with a decent amount this episode, and as the synopsis does say, struggling to keep all of his responsibilities, I guess you could say, under control. But anyway, this trailer kicks off with us meeting a new character for this season of Arrow, and that is Samandra Watson. Not Samantha, Samandra Watson, who is a no-nonsense FBI agent tasked with investigating Oliver Queen's connection to the Green Arrow. So it isn't too surprising that the FBI is straight onto Oliver's case following the reveal on the news in the previous episode. The FBI agent, Samandra Watson, will be played by Sydel Knoll, I think that's how you pronounce her name, who will actually be in Black Panther. So there is your little fun fact for the day. We do have Diggle here, fairly concerned about the current predicament that his best friend is in. This issue that Oliver is facing not only affects himself, but also the rest of Team Arrow as well, due to the fact that, as Diggle does say, Oliver is under a microscope by various outlets, including the FBI. So their attention could be drawn to other members of Team Arrow if they aren't careful. The next thing to go over from the trailer is the thing that I think could be one of the most interesting or more interesting and tense moments of the episode, and that is when Oliver has to face the media once entering City Hall. This will most likely be one of, if not the, opening scene for this episode, and it will be very interesting to see how Oliver handles himself under all of this pressure that I'm sure all of these journalists will be putting him under. I did see a handful of people going on about how, due to the fact that Oliver sort of made Green Arrow the #1 threat to Star City by calling him out, couldn't he just take that away and explain why he did all of that in the first place? Which I guess is a fair point if you just include that example, but you do also have to factor in other things that Green Arrow has been involved with in the past, such as the issues with the death of Billy Malone and stuff like that. I do think Oliver will manage to squeeze himself out of this hole that he is currently stuck in, but oh boy, it's not going to be easy, and I think it's going to last a lot of the season, just Oliver trying to avoid being, caught in a spot where they can go, hey, you were here as a Green Arrow, but you were meant to be here as mayor and you didn't turn up, so what's going on there? So I think there might be situations like that Oliver's going to have to try and avoid. Also, I did see some people asking about the new district attorney or the new DA in Star City due to no more Adrian Chase. They did mention a new DA in yesterday's episode, but there was like no name drop or we didn't see them, so I'm not really sure when we'll meet them. I have no clue in regards to that. We might not meet them, like the DA might not factor in to this season at all, or they might come in later in the season and they'll cast a proper person to play that character. But at the moment, the DA isn't really that relevant to the story. We do see a bit of Oliver in this trailer where he is actually in the Green Arrow suit and taking on some people. Now, I do feel we will only have 1 or maybe 2 scenes where Oliver is actually suited up as the Green Arrow and going around Star City, with the majority of the time in this episode spent with Oliver being as Mayor Queen, dealing with the big issue at hand. You do see Curtis and Felicity here looking at the same photo of Oliver in the Green Arrow suit that was shown on the news at the end of episode 1. It does say that they are currently analysing the photo. I'm guessing they are seeing whether the photo is real or whether it's been photoshopped or altered in some way. But they also might be trying to find out the source of the photo, as in like who took it and essentially ratted out Oliver, as well as possibly where like the location of the photo is, because I did mention in my review yesterday that I really couldn't pick out where this photo was taken. It's in like a cliche area, like there's some bars in the background or something like that, so you can't really pinpoint where this photo was taken. So I'm guessing that's maybe what Curtis and Felicity are trying to do here, find out who took the photo and where it was taken. And the last thing to go over from the trailer involves these shots of this black van being harassed by these dudes who are shooting it up. Now inside this van is actually Mayor Oliver Queen himself. But who is targeting him? Well, it's Anatoly, his old Russian friend. Anatoly will serve as like an antagonizing force against not really Green Arrow, but Mayor Queen. Like he's going to be the Mayor Queen's villain for this season for the most part, which I think is actually a really interesting direction to take their conflict. Obviously, towards the end of season 5, Oliver sort of annoyed Anatoly, I guess you could say, with his interruptions with the operations of the Bratva. So obviously Anatoly wasn't very impressed with that, and he was always going to come back and get back at Oliver in some way. And also, the more Anatoly in the show, the better. He's just a lovable character and just a great time whenever he's on screen. So I'm not that annoyed that Anatoly is in this season. I'm very interested to see what he's like as a villain, because really, up to this point, he's been an ally. So I'm interested to see how they take him on the show in regards to him being a villain. They could take him down a pretty dark road, and we could see the bad side of Anatoly, like what he does to people he does not like. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could leave a like on the video to show your support for the video and the channel as a whole. Let me know in the comments section down below what you think of this trailer, what grabs your attention and stuff like that. As I did say, leave any questions you have for that Arrowverse Q&A in regards to stuff from episode 1 or some stuff leading up to episode 2. Just leave them in the comments section down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.